Hey, this is Reverend Bill, and this is Awakenings. Um, it's Monday night, April 7th. Um, so I wasn't sure whether I was going to do one of these today. I thought about it. And then my Book of Enoch came through. I read that a while back. For those of you who may not be familiar with Enoch, he was the great grandfather of Noah, great prophet. And he was one of the very few who um, who went to heaven. He was taken in his corporal form and walked in heaven, and believe he stayed there. That's what happened to Enoch. He was a great prophet. He was actually allowed to berate the watchers who were angels sent down here um, to I think it was originally to watch over humans, and the whole crazy story, actually. In a nutshell, the Watchers disobeyed God, and they were told to leave the women alone, and they didn't. And they fornicated with women, and they had babies with women that were evil giants. And that caused a huge problem that ended up contributing to the great flood with Noah years afterwards. And a lot of the giants remained as demons that is, I think, still roaming around on the earth now. I think a lot were wiped out with the flood, but I think there would still remained some giants that turned into demons, if I'm not mistaken. So anyway, getting back to what I was saying, and it was funny because reading Enoch, I had to do this because he actually, in the very first few chapters, said flat out what I've been saying. Um, and I honestly did not know that Enoch said the same thing. So of course, he said it long before I said it. I'm not saying he stole my ideas. Goodness, no, 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 no. Geez, I'm just happy that I thought on the same lines as he did. But we've heard these lies from what I call weak-minded Christians about how the world's changing. Now you have to remember Enoch was in a situation probably close to this because again, Noah was his great grandchild, and the world had gone crazy with Enoch and got worse and worse until finally the Lord decided to destroy it, except for a handful of people. So this was the beginning of, I guess, the first end of the world, at least for most people. And anyway, I don't want to read a lot of it. I'm not really big into sitting reading. You can read it on your own, but I just want to hit on a couple of things to prove my point. He's just talking about the fact that I guess he maybe dealt with a lot of people saying it's a different world, even back then, and he's trying to explain the world doesn't change. And let's see, observe ye everything that takes place in the heavens, how they do not change their orbits, and the luminaries which are in the heaven, how they all rise and set in order, each in its season, and transgress not against their appointed order. Behold ye the earth, and give heed to the things which take place upon it from first to last, how steadfast they are, how none of these things upon earth change, but all the works of God appear to you. Behold the summer and the winter, how the whole earth is filled with water and clouds and dew and rain upon it. Observe and see how in the winter all the trees seem as though they had withered and shed all their leaves, except 14 trees which do not lose their foliage, but retain the foliage from 2 to 3 years until the new comes. Nothing changes. Again, observe ye the days of summer, how the sun is above the earth over against it, and how you can seek shade from shelter by reason of the heat of the sun, and the earth also burns with growing heat. This was back in Enoch's day. Happens all the time here too. And you cannot tread on the earth or a rock by the reason of its heat. Observe how the trees cover themselves with green leaves and bear fruit. Wherefore give ye heed and know with regard to all his works, and recognize how he that liveth forever hath made them so. His works go on from year to year, forever, and all the tasks they accomplish for him. Their tasks change not, but according to God hath ordained to be done. Okay, and then later on it says, but ye have not been steadfast, nor done for the commandments of the Lord, but ye have turned away and spoken proud and hard words. I think it's a little more here. Oh, with your impure mouths against his greatness, or ye hard-hearted, ye shall find no peace. Therefore shall ye execrate your days, and the years of your life shall perish, and the years of your destruction will be multiplied. In eternal execration, ye shall find no mercy. Okay, that's enough. The point I just wanted to get to, essentially, is they must have been saying the same thing to him, you know, when he was here. And that, I don't even know how long ago that was. And then it's, oh, things are changing. No, things aren't changing. Everything he said there, I don't know how many years, geez, a long time ago. This is before Christ. And it is still happening now. Nothing's changing. What is changing is man's nature is turning against God. And, people that are going around saying, well, things are different now. No, they're not different. They're the exact same. And they were the exact same then, and they're the exact same now. All that's happening is people are turning away from God. And they don't like what he says. But those are the rules of his house. It's like with a teenager, They may not like it that they have to get home by 10, but those are the rules of the house. If he wants to live there or she wants to live there, they've got to live by the rules of the house. God has made it very clear what the rules of the house are. And people are not listening to God. They like the fact that, that Satan's whispering in their ear, telling them, hey, those are the old rules. No one lives by them anymore. And, people are running to the Satan's ways of doing things. What they don't realize is Satan doesn't even like us. Satan hates us. Satan is using us. We are a pawn in this game between Jesus and Satan. The only reason Satan has anything to do with us and all his broken promises, and I got to tell you, everyone that I know that worships Satan, and I was surprised to find out how many witches and wizards and Satanists I know till they came out of the woodwork. None of them are happy. I don't know what happens to them, whether they get something on the second heaven but for some reason, they're all absolutely devoted to him, and they all have miserable lives. So I don't really know what he's giving them, nor do I want to talk to them. So I'll never ask, nor would I believe them if they told me, because they're all liars. But the point I'm trying to get to is we're pawns. He hates us. He's only having anything to do with us because he knows how much Jesus loves us. And he's trying to keep us away from Jesus, to hurt Jesus. That's all we are to him. It's just, that's it. And he will do with whatever he can to keep us from Jesus. When he has effectively kept us from Jesus, he throws us away. He doesn't care about us. He hates us. Any of these Satanists, if they think that they're going to be having a party when they die, they're not. Satan despises them. He's only using them. So I don't understand this whole thing, that this undying love for Satan, nor, like I said, would I ever trust a witch to tell me anything. They are really honest to God liars. You wouldn't believe it. But anyway, that's pretty much all I had now. I just wanted to get that across because it really means so much, is that people that are telling you things have changed are really saying we're all sinners. We're all really far away from Jesus Christ, is what they're trying to say, because the world has not changed. Uh, the morals of people have changed. That's the problem here. Anyway, I hope you liked that. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you didn't, come back next time, and I hope I can do better. So this is Reverend Bill signing off, and I'll talk to you again later. Bye bye.